Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV. Curtis here with Lauren. Hello Lauren.
Hey Curtis, hey everybody.
Hey Lauren, as we move into the fall of the year 2014, you know how we always like to talk about recent surveys.
Right.
And there was a survey that's published in the USA Today about the big retirement fear, which is titled Outliving Your Savings.
Okay.
And the survey found that almost half, or 46% of the investors in this country are worried that they will outlive their savings in retirement.
Okay.
And that kind of makes sense, because that's a high number, but that makes sense. In fact, let's see. So, and they're still believing that the main source of their retirement will be Social Security as part of the survey. The interesting thing was is how they're investing now. This is what my takeaway from it. So, first of all, they broke it down between people that are not retired yet, still working, and saving for retirement. And then, of course, people that are already retired. And so they talked about the average allocation of stocks versus fixed income. Okay. So for the retired people, 33% were in stocks, and the rest was in fixed income of some sort.
Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the interesting thing to me though was the people that are still actively saving for retirement and working. Their allocation to stocks was only 38%. And they said that a lot of them still have not healed from the great correction, or what do you want to call it, bear market in 2008. But what's your take on that?
Wow, that's really low. Yeah. Was the other allocation, was it just between stocks and fixed income, or was it fixed income and everything else?
Well, they said 38% stocks.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I got one more statistic that'll blow your mind after that.
Okay.
Before I do that, this is the final statistic. Of those investing in the stock market, 68% of the investors say that they actively choose stocks in their long-term investment. And 29% said they consciously avoid stocks in long-term investment accounts.
Boy. Well, I think that there are a lot of people who don't quite understand the benefit of at least having some. Well, see, what's really strange about that is that that was 38% of the total investments were in stocks. So you've got probably a bunch of people whose entire investment is in the stock market, which may or may not make sense for them. And then you've got a whole bunch of people who have nothing involved in invested in the stock market. That extreme of having nothing invested in the stock market has never historically been a good idea.
Right.
Even in situations where it turned out that the stock market returns were terrible for years and years, it was actually beneficial to have at least something in the stock market along with bonds.
I mean, as a takeaway from that is if with such a high allocation to fixed income, whether you're retired or not, we know what the fixed income rates are. They're pretty low.
Right.
So they're historical
lows.
Yeah. So it just seems like that would probably coincide while they're not seeing their portfolios grow.
Right. And
almost half feel like they're going to outlive their money. So I think that they probably are correct that their intuition is right. Now, I did say I only had one more statistic, but I actually found one more that I really like. Okay, one more. From bankrate.com, found that 55% of all Americans with significant savings fear that, so 55% of Americans that are worried that they're not going to have enough money to live in their retirement are not willing to cut back on their current lifestyle to save more for the future.
Well, they don't want to take risks, and they don't want to spend less money.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give, and I think that their fears about running out of money are quite realistic.
So, as a final part of this episode, if you have this fear, or maybe some parts of this fear, the way to address that fear is to get more education. So, please contact Lauren or myself, and we will be happy to talk through it with you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time on Erickson TV.
See you next time.